What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dan Tracy. This week we are going to be talking about simple lighting techniques all actors should know. I think a lot of us can get overwhelmed with the idea of lighting a scene. A lot of us don't have access to as many fixtures as they could have in a Hollywood blockbuster where you see hundreds of lights filling a space from all different directions and bounced off of this and bounced off of that. My goal here is to talk about lighting techniques that you can use with only one fixture. Now, on almost all major movie shoots and in almost all films, the standard for a long time that everybody learns in film school is called three-point lighting. Three-point lighting works like this. You have a key light, which is your main source of light in the scene. It'll be the brightest point on a person's face. You also have a fill light. That's to minimize the contrast on the face that's created by the key light. So you'll see different forms of fill lighting. It'll be either really bright, maybe in a comedy, or they'll keep it really dark, sometimes not use any fill lighting at all if it's something that's really dramatic. Then there's the backlight, sometimes called a rim light or a kicker. This is a light that helps separate the subjects from the background. Oftentimes, your key light might be the sun, or your backlight might be the sun. Your fill light can be anything, either a fixture, or often you'll see bounce cards. There's a white card in a white bounce in this as well, and a gold bounce, and the back side of this is negative fill. See how my face is getting darker there on this side? No fill, silver fill, negative fill, which is a much more moody look. I'm going to get into the lighting examples now. I'm going to talk about when they're used, why they're used, and show you a couple examples of how I've used them. The first lighting style I'm going to talk about that is the most popular in Hollywood cinema is called Rembrandt lighting. So Rembrandt refers to this Dutch painter who was very famous for his portraiture. The thing that's most identifiable about Rembrandt's work is the triangle underneath the eye opposite of the key light. The more dramatic version of Rembrandt lighting is side light. Side light is the most moody kind of lighting, super high contrast, often used in film noir. Next, we have backlighting. Backlighting is also referred to as silhouette. This is something that David Fincher really likes to use, and Roger Deakins. It highlights the form and the shape of the figure without giving us a lot of detail in the face. It creates a lot of mystery. The final technique I'll talk about is top lighting. Oftentimes, top lighting is replicating the feeling of practical lighting in an office building or in an elevator or something like an interrogation. We'll see top lighting in those situations. Very famously used in The Godfather. The studio asked, what's up with all the top lighting? Why can't we see their eyes? And the creative team said, because that's the point. These are mysterious people. We don't want to see their eyes. That's why we did it that way. So those are 4 quick and easy ways for you to use your one key light to create a bunch of different moods. Now, I'll often use these strategies in my self-tapes. Very quickly, when I'm using a single light in a self-tape, I will shift the light based on what I feel like the mood of the scene is. This is not something I would recommend for everyone, and it may be distracting for some people, so if this isn't something that you want to do, don't do it. But I like it. So what I'll do is if something's more dramatic, I'll put a light on one side of my face, cast a little bit of shadow. But if it's a comedy, I'll go ahead and I'll put the light right over my face, just directly in my eyes, so I'm not creating any mood with the lighting that I'm using, so it stays perfectly natural. So hopefully you enjoyed this week's video. There's a lot more of this to come, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about any of the things that I've talked about on these videos. As always, like and subscribe. You can check out my podcast or DM me on Instagram, find me on TikTok, and I'll see you next time. Peace.